Owning a dog is really, really hard, especially if it is your first time. So, I honestly have made a couple of mistakes owning a dog, especially especially this time around when I'm trying to take better care of my dog. So these are a couple of mistakes that I'm gonna be sharing a couple of mistakes that I've made in the short time that I've owned my German Shepherd Rana. Let's get started. Okay, so mistake number one that I've made owning my German Shepherd is teaching him to jump on, jump off, or jump basically anything that has to do with jumping at a really early age. I didn't realize until it was a bit too late, but it's never truly too late for you to change things around. I didn't, what you call this, I did not know the analogy of the dog's body, especially as a young pup. What I didn't know is that their bones are not fully connected and not fully conjoined. So that pressure from jumping off your own bed, jumping onto your bed or on off the sofa at a really young age, it really hurts their bones, and as the pressure jumps, it just makes it worse. It just makes it worse the more you did it, and it can cause us this easty westy. And I've realized that my dog is starting to go a bit easty westy. Basically, easty westy is when your feet when your dog's feet go outwards to the outside. They're not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be straight up. So yeah, you should be careful of when your dog is on top of a surface, and you should just gently bring him down. If your dog lives in the house and you have stairs, you should probably wait around maybe 6 months just to be safe for them to start climbing up the stairs, climbing down the stairs, so it doesn't hurt their joints and everything else. Yeah, that's basically the first mistake that I've made, is teaching my dog to jump onto off surfaces, over surfaces at an early age. Their bones, the dogs take about fully 3 years to mature, but at 12 months, their bones are sort of alright. So at 12 months, they can do most jumping, but not the crazy jumpings you see on those videos on YouTube and all that. That's also where I got my inspiration to train my dog to jump. So when he's older, he'll be able to jump over those surfaces, those big surfaces, and then later on, I realized that that wasn't really good for him, and wasn't so good. Like, you can even Google the differences. If you go on Google and you look at the bones of a puppy and the bones of a full grown adult dog, you can see the differences. I think I can put them up for you guys so I can show you. Okay, that's mistake number one. Okay, mistake number two is giving him too much freedom. Giving him too much freedom to run around and have fun majority of the time without me keeping an eye on him. And this is bad because you don't really see the bad habits. Like, you don't see the bad habits happening. Like, you let your dog free to play around while you're not there, especially at an early age. They don't know what is right and what is wrong. So by you just letting them do basically whatever, they think what they're doing is fine. And then at a later stage, you get frustrated when your dog starts to chew your floors and destroy basically the house or basically the backyard by digging and doing all that stuff. It started from you giving your dog way too much freedom, and that's exactly what I did. I did not, like a child. You have to consistently keep an eye on your dog. If you're not keeping an eye on your dog, you should at least be in a crate or in a confined area where there's really nothing for it to destroy. Because dogs are animals that live mainly in the moment. So let's say your dog. Let's say you went out to the kitchen and your dog's in the living room, and he starts to tear your couch, and then next thing he tears your couch, and then he goes do something else. You go find that couch, and then you blame your dog, but your dog is doing something else. So like he doesn't comprehend that you're blaming him, or you're angry for what he did to the couch. He thinks that you're angry at him for what he's doing at that exact moment. So that's the thing. Even though he did a minute ago, 5 minutes ago, he didn't comprehend unless you catch him in the act, or him or her catch him in the act, and then you correct him or her on what they're doing, and that's not what you want really. Especially at an early age, you should wait at least a year, at least 12 months, to give your dog the kind of freedom they want, the kind of freedom they deserve, because German Shepherds are really hyper energetic dogs, and I understand most of you cannot keep up with their energy 24/7. But it is really, really important in the first year that you watch your dog to know what it likes, what it doesn't like, its good behaviors, its bad behaviors, so you know what to reward and what to change when you're training and all of this. So like you can better know your dogs, give it literally a better life. Third mistake that I have done is not hand feeding my dog frequently or as much. So what not hand feeding can cause? Not hand feeding and harassing, and not I'll explain. Not hand feeding your dog can cause food aggression, and most times food aggression could lead to normal aggressive aggression. Not all the time. I'm not saying if your dog has food aggression, he's gonna be aggressive. But what I've noticed is that when you don't put your dog in uncomfortable situations at an early age, where he should be comfortable with them, or he's not gonna react as much because he doesn't understand. So if you every day from the moment you get your puppy, man, you hand feed it. You hand feed it, and while it is eating, you harass it. Basically, you are annoyed. You pet it, you touch its tail, you touch its leg, and it would flinch and look at you and be like, "Why are you doing this?" But it's gonna help stop food aggression, because when you're older, the dog will not let you near his food, because from the beginning you just gave him food and left. And now when you get more dogs, and then you decide to put their plates near each other, they both might be aggressive to each other for just one being next to it. Or while your dog is eating, you come by and pet it. It may turn around and bite you in the hand, and that is very, very dangerous. And pretty sure all of you don't want that. So this is an easy fix from the beginning, or even now, even if your dog is not pretty young. I know the longer you wait, the worse it's gonna be, and the harder it's gonna become to change that behavior. But like, if you start now, there's literally nothing wrong. Is all you gotta do is start hand feeding your dog, and as you're hand feeding him, start slow. Hand feed your dog. As you hand feed him, you pet him in his back. You pat him in the back. You pat him nicely, softly. And then as time progresses, you start pulling, you start petting him in the leg, you start rubbing his head while he eats, still in your hand. And you don't do this every day, so he doesn't expect it or something like that. Sometimes you just feed him with your hand without the weird pets. Sometimes you let him eat, and then you pet him just like that, and that should, with lots of time and dedication, should stop food aggression, but it's not a guarantee. Okay, so that was 3 of the biggest mistakes that I have done as a German Shepherd owner, as a dog owner, as a dog lover. So if you guys like the video, basically just like and subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next one. like I always say, take better care of your dogs. That's what I'm trying to do here.